On the morning of March 6th, 2012, I woke up to a knock at the door. The kind you don't ignore. It wasn't an ordinary day in Peckham, southeast London, where I lived with my family in our modest home. I was just 17, but I already had a life full of code, breaches, and what the world calls cyber crimes behind me. The British police had come for me, the teenager who started with simple curiosity and ended up embarrassing the FBI and taking down the CIA's public website. But let's go back to the beginning because this story isn't about the end. It's about how an ordinary kid from a rough neighborhood became a threat to the intelligence agencies. And honestly, with a touch of irony, I sometimes wonder who was the real criminal? Me or the ones leaving holes in their systems the size of a truck? It all started much earlier. I was born in 1995 in Baghdad, in the midst of the Iraq War. When I was 5, my parents took us to the UK, to Peckham, a neighborhood full of problems, where computers seemed like a luxury. At 8, I got my first PC, an old one with floppy disks and all that junk. While my peers were kicking a ball around outside, I was digging into programs instead of games. Microsoft Front Page became my first teacher, a simple tool for building websites that opened the door to the world of code. I wondered, how does this work under the hood? And I quickly realized the digital world was full of holes. You could find them, exploit them, but back then I had no idea where it would lead. It was pure curiosity, like any kids, just with lines of code instead of football. My first breach happened at 9. I needed a calculator for math homework, but couldn't find one at home. I went to a site with an online calculator, inserted a simple code into the input field, and bam, I had control of the site. No malicious intent, just what if. Later, at school, I bypassed their weak security, teachers' salaries, students' grades, the whole database right there. The school panicked, thinking it was extortion, but I didn't touch anything. I was just proving how easy it was to break what looked unbreakable. They didn't punish me harshly. No harm done, but it was a sign. A boy from a place like that could go further than anyone expected. And, ironically, that choice later made me a target for the FBI. At 13, I stumbled upon an article about Anonymous, a group with no leaders, no faces, but a powerful idea, striking at corporations and governments that stifle freedom. They'd already hit Visa and MasterCard for blocking donations to WikiLeaks. I was inspired. This isn't just code, it's a tool for changing the world. In December 2010, during the Arab Spring, I joined Operation Tunisia, protests against dictator Ben Ali, censorship, corruption. We broke into sites, leaked secrets, helped bypass blocks. And it worked. Ben Ali was overthrown. He fled to Saudi Arabia. For me, these exploits stopped being fun. They became a weapon. But in a group like that, a traitor could always be hiding, and I didn't know it yet. From Anonymous, our radical subgroup emerged. LulzSec, just 6 of us. Our motto, we do it for the lulz. For the laughs and trolling. I was the youngest, a 16-year-old coder. There was Tiflo and Sabu, a Puerto Rican from New York who compromised systems to support his family, including his nieces. We breached everything: Nintendo, PlayStation Network, 20th Century Fox, even Britain's National Health Service, and a police station in Arizona. The irony? Massive corporations were easier to crack than a school server. They just didn't have the resources for proper protection. A favorite, live compromising the Westboro Baptist Church site, known for its hate. We declared war on the untouchables. But that choice would later destroy the group. Things boiled over with H.B. Gary Federal, the FBI's main cybersecurity contractor. Their CEO, Aaron Barr, publicly boasted, "I'll expose everyone in LulzSec." Big mistake. Their site had a flaw in the system. A simple trick let us manipulate the database. Their passwords used outdated protection, the kind any decent hacker could crack in minutes. Bar used the same password everywhere, from email to his World of Warcraft account. We downloaded 70,000 emails and published them all. Bar got threats, resigned, lost his reputation, and even moved his family. It was a public embarrassment of the FBI through their own contractor. Next, InfraGard, an FBI partner. Site wrecked, fake calls from Barack Obama. We launched Operation Antisec, War on Governments. The FBI was already close, closer than we thought. The next target seemed like a joke, the CIA. We launched a DDoS attack. Fake requests flooded the servers. The public site CIA.gov went down, triggering an emergency shutdown. That evening, a tweet went up. Good night, Twitter. Maybe the CIA will emerge from the sea of data packets while we are resting. I was 16 and had just taken down the site of one of the world's most powerful intelligence agencies. Obama called us a threat to 100 million Americans, but we kept trolling. The irony? That attack was already under the enemy's control. But inside Lulzsec, collapse was brewing. Sabu, real name Hector Monsegur, was arrested after the InfraGard breach. Agents told him, "We know who you are, and we know about your two kids. Choose." To save his family from prison, he became an informant. We trusted him completely, but he was leaking chats, names, logs. Even during the CIA attack, the group fighting the system fell to the human factor. And so, that morning of March 6, 2012, police searched my room for 3 hours but found nothing. They charged me with 880 counts. During questioning, I stayed silent, didn't rat anyone out. In court in May 2013, I met my colleagues. One, 16-year-old Kayla, turned out to be 26-year-old military vet Ryan Aykroyd. I got a 20-month suspended sentence, 300 hours of community service, and a ban on computers. Huh, as if that's enforceable. The court didn't reveal how they found us. It threatened national security. Today, I'm a graduate of University College London with a degree in cryptocurrencies and network scaling. After the trial, I founded Chainspace and later co founded Celestia Labs, a key project in Web3 infrastructure. I made Forbes 30 Under 30 as a top tech entrepreneur. The kid who took down the CIA now consults governments on defending against such attacks. The question remains, was I a criminal or just a genius ahead of his time? In a world where data is the new oil, vulnerabilities aren't in the code, they're in the people.